What is up, guys? Today I have another video for you guys. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a 3 stock review today. I've had questions on a lot of space stocks, and that is going to be Lunr, Rklb, and Asts. All I'm very bullish on, but all have a little mild issue that I do want to talk about, and I'm going to be breaking that down in this video today. This first chart, we're going to be looking at Rklb. I had a comment in my last video asking about it, and you can clearly see that Rklb is in this little up channel. You're climbing here, and this can be really bullish, or this could be a sign that there is some pullback to come. And I'm going to tell you my reasoning for that. Not only has this been a pretty insane move up, pretty nuts. I want to see what this is actually. Something like 1,000. It's like a crazy amount of percent. You take these lows from August 5th. Yeah, so 700%. Obviously that's a pretty crazy move, and it's pretty crazy move when you're thinking about getting in. If you do own this stock, I would hold this stock, but I do not think this is a buy right now. I do want to see something like this, where I think this is the first wave of Rklb. So you can go ahead and draw from this initial breakout. And I think that we end up coming back down eventually to this range here. And why do I say that? Because that is your 1618, and then we'll also draw out the, that is your 618 for the Fibonacci retracement. And I think that these levels are somewhere where you come back to because one, the move was so quick that there is no institutions in this stock. So a lot of times you will see the market push this stock back down, even though they might be outperforming and doing well, which none of these stocks are none of them are very profitable yet. With anything space related, it is still so new that like none of these companies have really gotten their footing. A lot of them have had a lot of advancements, and that's why you see a lot of these stocks going up. But at the end of the day, they are still not profitable. That's not saying that they're not a good company and they're not going to be profitable. It just hasn't happened yet. So I don't think that a $33 price range is adequate yet. I think we do pull back for our second wave, and then the third wave will be huge. So I want to kind of outline what my plan would be if this does happen. Drawing from that same point, call that the top, and then say we come back down to this 618. Now, where does that put us? That puts your 1618 at $56 and your 2618 at $79. And from that bottom, you would end up drawing, and that's 314% for the top and 194% for the base case on that. Yes, it could be a little bit different. You could really draw it out from here if you really wanted to, but I think that's a little crazy. A lot of people would draw it from here. You could even draw it from, oh, that's my gap. You could even draw it a little higher up. Everyone does it a little bit different. I normally keep drawing it around until something sticks, but obviously we don't have that quite yet. But for Rklb, I am bullish. My dad, I actually got him to buy a lot of Rklb in Lunr. He bought Lunr at $7 and he bought Rklb at $11. So he's up over 100% on both of these. Actually 200% on Rklb. But he is not selling. I told him not to. I said, hold it out. If it does drop, we're just going to end up buying more down here. I would love to see that, because that wouldn't indicate a crash to me, but I just think that it does need a bit of a cool off, and a lot of these names look the same except for ASTS. ASTS is the only one. But if you look, you're playing around in this channel, call that a false breakout, and then you continue to the downside. I think that's very, very realistic. The only thing that would change my mind on a pullback would be if we do jump out of this channel and we hop on top of it and do something. Like if we come out and then maybe retest here and then move higher, maybe start a new channel, something like that. But I'm bullish on Rklb, but I'm also bearish. I really am a little torn. We can go ahead and look at Lunr. Lunr's a lot of the same thing. I do want to show you guys a little method that I have for trying to figure out your entries and exits. So like I said, my dad is in Lunr as well. He owns about 500 shares at $7, so he's up a pretty good amount. But you can take these trend lines here from Lunr and really draw these out. As you can see, right here, this is a trend line. You have a more aggressive trend line, a less aggressive trend line, your medium, and then higher. And then you have your top side of the channel, indicating that we could be seeing a top right here. Once again, it's hard to tell with these companies because yes, they're overvalued, but we know that space is going to have a place in the future. So it's really just deciding if you want to get in now and take the chance of it, of Lunr doing something like this, where you could even take where Lunr drops down. I should probably actually take it to this one. Lunr drops down to $16. This looks really good to me because you do have support and resistance here. Well, now support, but it was prior resistance. So you had prior resistance here. When you came back up, you broke that, and then now you're using it as support. I think this is a really good spot to drop back down to. And maybe you catch like this trend line, for example, this middle trend line in orange here. Maybe you do something like that and then continue higher. And then you make that your main channel. But I do think that Lunr does have a little bit of downside coming. So just something to keep your eyes on. I'm bullish on these stocks. I think these stocks are going to have a great year. But I think following both the Elliott wave theory, expecting a pullback into wave 2 for these stocks after such a parabolic move, one that is a very, very normal and healthy thing to happen. You almost want to see it happen, or else when these stocks do go, if Lunr was at $50 right now, I would be sell this stock, don't buy this, it's a no touch. But if Lunr is at $50 later this year after coming down and retesting 16 and then moving higher, then that is a completely different story. Once again, another stock that's moved up so much. I don't think institutions are in, and I think they want to get in before these companies do turn profitable. But Lunr is a lot of the same story. You have that same channel. It's either really going to hop above the channel, stay in the channel, or drop below. That's why these trend lines are so important. You move above this, you're extra bullish. You stay in it, you're still bullish because you're moving up, and you break below, you're short-term bearish. You're short-term bearish. And with how fast these stocks move, I expect like a 1618 to be tapped quickly. Like Lunr could see a 50% loss or whatever this loss would be very quickly. 33% loss very quickly, and really that isn't that bad. But I do want to go ahead and jump over to ASTS. Probably the most bullish I am on any of these stocks. But as you can see, we do have, you're getting into your golden zone here for ASTS. So this is kind of what you'd want to look at as you do go ahead. You can do two things. You can draw this out. You can say, yeah, we got down. Your 5-1 would be right there. But I do like the fact that you're kind of getting into this liquidation area, to be said, where you're kind of stopping out all of these longs right here. Anything down here, I'm pretty happy with scooping. So I think right now ASTS is the best buy in space. In the space, value play for space, I think ASTS is that. You have this gap right here at 2067 to 2067 to 2242. I think that's really nice. And then we have both a retracement here in this teal color and then the extension in this gold. So we can just wait to see what happens breaking out of this wedge. It's definitely going to happen. We could even draw it down more. I hope there's more downside. If this name gets down to 18 again, I'll probably end up buying in because I do think that this stock does go higher. But your 1618 is going to be 5161 for the Fibonacci retracement and 7189 for the 2618. And then for the extension, you're going to have a 6140 price target for your 1618 and then an 8773 for your 2618. We'll kind of see once this breakout comes which you decide to follow, if that makes sense. Saying if we do come out of this move, pretty heavy and say we go like this, we hit the top there and then drop down to our 161 or our 618 and then up to our 100 and then maybe drop down again and then to 1618. Obviously I'm going to respect the extension more, but if we do the inverse of that and we come up and say we hit this 786 and then the 618 and then we move higher to the 1618, either one is very bullish. You'll just kind of have to wait and decide which one it ends up following. I've kind of found that being open-minded to both normally ends up working out better than just trying to pick one and stick with it. Because you do always want to have a bullish and bearish case, just like I've had with Rklb and Lunr. And like, I mean, you could have a move like this where maybe this isn't the bottom. Maybe you keep coming down and you do hit this 16. And this was wave 2 of ASTS, and it's just in front of Rklb and Lunr with the pullback. And then maybe it takes off before the two of the other ones. Something like that could happen. I do think this stock is a buy right now. I'm a heavy buy on this stock. I do want to start getting into it because I do think that there is some really, really good upside. As you can see, this is a beautiful wedge. You can even see it on the weekly. I mean, it's just a great, great wedge. So you do want to see that. It's really, really, really nice to see something like this where you have, declining volume, and you're also going down. That means that buyers aren't heavy pushing it down, sellers. And that also means that buyers aren't ready to step in yet, which is honestly good. That tells you that this isn't a level at where this is. You see, you're getting down on low volume, and then all of a sudden all this volume comes in, right? This is all the smart traders right here. I'll try and highlight it in this box. I don't know if that'll work. Right here, this is all your smart traders. Oh, my face is covering it. Damn. Okay. Right here, this is all your smart traders on volume who got in at the correct time. And then if you draw that up, you can see that's the beginning of the move. And then this right here, this is your retail. These are all the people that are stuck in the trade right now. And if you draw this up, look at that. That's the top. You see some of your most volume right at the top. And yes, a lot of that is sellers, but a lot of that is retail hopping in late here, expecting even more, and they're just late on the move. So right now, you're not late on the move, okay? I think you really just get down to this 50 EMA, and then you move back up. Right now, it's at 1797. So that would indicate maybe next week we drop a little bit, and then the week following is really, really crazy. But guys, that is all I have for you guys in this video. Don't forget to click the link down below. That'll be for our free and paid Discord. You can choose whichever one you want to join up on. And also, guys, please drop a comment down below on what other videos you want me to make. Today, I had a few questions on Rklb, and then I had a question on ASTS in the Discord. And then I also just like Lunr, so I wanted to do that as well and get that out for you guys. But make sure you guys do drop a follow down below, subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you guys do not miss a video, like the video, and then comment what video you guys want to see next. And then I will see you guys over in the Discord and in the next one. Good to have a good one.